I've been cooking with my granddaughters, Abby and Grace, since they were small. This delicious chicken pie is perfect for their more experienced hands.
So let's get on with it. The first thing we've got to do is to cook the chicken itself.
You need to poach 6 skinless legs in 300 ml of chicken stock and 200 ml of white wine.
It's no good saying use leftover white wine because there's never any left in our house, especially when your mummy and I are together.
Season, add a chopped head of celery and a few bay leaves.
On with the lid.
And cook at 140 fan for about 30 to 35 minutes.
Let's have a look. Now that should come away from the bone. There you are, it's pulling off very nicely.
Strain the stock, then it's time to make the unctuous pie sauce. Fry 7 slices of smoked back bacon in a dry, non-stick pan.
And that will all add flavour to the sauce.
Smoky.
Smoky, does it smell of breakfast?
Yeah.
When the bacon is nice and crisp, add a large chopped onion and cook until soft. Thicken with a good knob of butter and 60 grams of plain flour.
The secret for a smooth sauce is to sprinkle it in so all the bacon and the onion is really well coated. Go on stirring till you can't see any flecks of flour. Then we add the stock. That's it. And don't add the rest of the sauce until it's one thick consistency.
Finish with a nice dollop of full-fat creme fraiche and whole grain mustard. Pick the chicken off the bone and add along with the celery.
That's it. Stir all that in. So that's our pie filling made, and it looks pretty good.
Can we try it?
Yeah, of course you can. And take a bit of meat as well if you want. There is plenty there.
It was really good.
Now for the spectacular lattice pie lid. Don't let it scare you. Here's the way to do it. Cut 2 sheets of puff pastry into 3-centimetre ribbons.
Abby and Grace are being very meticulous and measuring it exactly.
Lay half of them lengthways onto a circular sheet of baking parchment, slightly larger than your pie dish.
The one thing that they have to do is get them very close together because otherwise the sauce from the chicken will bubble up through the holes and it won't look beautiful.
Now take another strip and carefully weave it through horizontally. Next, fold back all of the strips that were lying underneath. Lay the next strip across, fold back over. And repeat with the rest of the pastry.
This really is like weaving a basket, isn't it? Well done, that looks absolutely perfect, and you've done it very quickly.
My other foolproof tip is to chill the pastry pie lid for an hour in the fridge. This will help it slide smoothly on top of your filling.
Press down with your hands all the way around, and then just trim the edge with a knife. Do you feel proud of that, girls?
Yeah.
Bake the pie for around 30 minutes at 180 fan until golden.
Oh, it's a good colour, isn't it? Lovely. Right. Don't want to drop it, it's very precious. There we are. So what do you think of that?
It looks delicious. I can't wait to eat it.
Good. There we are. So we just pop that there. And then take some of this chicken.
It smells so yummy. That's delicious.
Yeah,
I'm definitely making this again.
Are you?
After a delicate starter, what better to follow than my marinated rack of lamb with salsa verde?
Lamb is one of my favourite meats. It's great for a special occasion.
This is one of the luxury cuts, and I'll show you how to cook it to perfection every time. First, if your butcher hasn't already done so, remove the skin.
It means I can render that fat down, fry it off so it's not too fatty.
And then I like to score the fat to make sure it's really crisp.
Now for the marinade.
I'm using garlic, honey, and some lovely fresh lemon zest.
And that can go straight in there. A couple of tablespoonfuls of oil. Then I'm just going to mix all that together. That's it. And I'm going to put that in like that.
Give that a good 30 minutes to do its work. And then, as it's only in the oven for a short time, the secret is to seal the meat first.
Now this is going to brown very quickly because of the honey. And then in it goes. Press them down. I'm just going to look and see how that's doing. That is perfect. I'm looking for a really beautiful golden brown, and I've got it. So put the meat towards the outside and the bones towards the middle. If you put the bones up in the oven, they'll just all burn. So tuck them underneath like that.
I always season the meat before I cook it. And then into the oven, 200 fan, 20 minutes for pink, or 30 if you like it well done. As we're showing off, I'm going to serve this with something a bit unusual.
This salsa verde really does bring the lamb to life.
Start with the juice of a lemon, and then in goes a fat clove of garlic, followed by a perfect partner for lamb.
Anchovies. They're the sort that comes in a tin, and I've got about 8 here. And I'm going to cut those very, very small. They're salty and rich. In goes the sweet pickled cucumber with dill. They come in a jar like this, and I've used about 3.
A good salsa needs fresh herbs, parsley and basil.
Do you know, people sometimes say to me, what is the secret of a long and happy marriage? I think it's respect. And I think, you know, sometimes we really want to say our peace of mind when something hasn't gone quite well. I always think, I'll sleep on it and it will be all over by the morning. And my father wasn't a great one for advice, but he did say to Paul, he said, never let the day go by with a quarrel. Good thought.
Bring the salsa together with seasoning. A good teaspoon of runny honey to balance the sharpness, and 150 ml of olive oil.
Look at the bright green, I love it. You want to make it on the day that you're going to serve it with the lamb. That's the salsa verde done, and time is up. Wow, how about that? Absolutely perfect. So tempting, that gorgeous golden brown colour.
You want to let it rest so the meat gets beautifully tender, and I'm going to give this about 15 minutes.
And then we come to the carving. It's so easy because you just cut in between each bone and just look at that colour. Perfect. Now that really is something to show off, something for a celebration meal. On On Saturday night, when it's just Paul and me, I like to do something special. I've got fillet steak here. Now, this is beautifully marbled. That means that it's going to be full of flavour.
A good tip is to flatten the steak first.
It looks like you've got a bigger steak on the plate for a start, and I find it easier to get the middle just right. I know that 2 minutes each side is just about right to be pink in the middle. I find it best to butter the steak rather than putting it into the pan, which means that all the butter runs down the ridges and burns.
This is my secret for a perfect result, but make sure the pan is searing hot.
So expect quite a bit of sizzling when I put it in.
Just before 2 minutes are up, repeat the trick with the butter.
So over with the second side. Did I use a steak to woo my husband? No, I didn't use steak to woo my husband. I used to persuade him to take me out because I thought I'd like him to marry me for other things other than being a good cook.
Once cooked, put aside and allow to rest. Now for my wonderful peppercorn sauce. Don't waste those buttery steak juices. Add them to 100 ml of beef stock.
Turn that on and let it just reduce.
To make this sauce truly scrumptious, into the stock goes half a grated clove of garlic, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 of Worcester sauce.
This makes it really piquant.
And for a bit of naughtiness, 2 tablespoonfuls of brandy.
I'm not going to do any of that flambe lark because I'm bound on a Saturday night to catch the kitchen on fire because I've usually had a glass of wine in my hand. We'll just not do any of that.
In goes 150 ml of pouring double cream.
Give it a little whisk there.
And finally, half a teaspoon of crushed peppercorns. Of all the sauces to serve with steak, peppercorn is my absolute favourite.
I could have that with any grilled meat. Chops, steaks. I even put it on sausages, it's so good. That's just how I like it.
And there you have it, my fillet steak with peppercorn sauce.
Absolutely perfect for a Saturday night.
Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and enjoy.